Hi, welcome to Bad Music Taste and Other Ways to Ruin Your Life. My name is Dominic.
And my name is Sam.
Sam has this week's record.
This week's record is Dr. Feelgood by Motley Crue. This record was released on September 1st, 1989. But anyways, today we're talking to Steve-O. How's it going?
It is going great. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for how well everything is going for me.
That's really good, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, how have you been staying busy through all this?
I've been doing a podcast, much like yourself. I have been creating YouTube videos. I've been working on business ventures, and everything's going really quite well. So again, I'm very, very psyched. I've been managing to thrive in a pandemic.
Yeah, we started our podcast during I think April. So
Yeah.
during the pandemic, we were gonna do pay homage to Wayne's World, and we got a bunch of our friends on, and our friends were super into it. So I reached out to I think it was the singer of my favorite band, and he was like, "I'm busy." And then,
what's your favorite band?
oh, it's tied between Less Than Jake and the Descendants.
Oh, okay.
But
Cool.
the singer of Less Than Jake, he was like, "Sorry, I'm busy." And then the saxophone player was like, "But I'll do it." But going back to your YouTube videos that you were talking about, in your YouTube video, The Untold Story of Steve-O's Skateboarding Career, you talk about how you, I guess, struggled with the ramp-to-ramp wall ride. And
Right. What an honor, huh? I get to do that with Tony Hawk. That's so cool.
Yeah. So on the topic of the print, when you guys were advertising everything, did Jack Black ever respond to the 8x10 challenge?
He did respond. We actually reached out to, or I should say Tony reached out to Jack Black ahead of time, just to give him a heads up that we were going to nominate him in the video. And Jack said he was okay with that. And so we went ahead and put out the video, and in almost no time at all, Jack actually shot the most hilarious skate photo. And I'm not sure where it stands at this point, if he's gotten them printed out, if he signed any of them. I think a little bit of a holdup is that I'm not sure Jack Black has an online store.
Yeah.
So perhaps now that we've got this cool new warehouse to fulfill all of my online merch, maybe we can, help Jack Black out and ship them all out for him. But yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen the photo. I think it's just fantastic. It's unbelievable. It's undeniably fantastic. And I just don't know how soon it's gonna happen, or even if it will. Who knows? I'm sure Jack Black's a busy guy.
But he got a skate photo.
He did. I don't want to give away too much.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna say it's a skate photo, and it's really funny too. Yeah, I was really happy with that video. I hold myself to a pretty crazy standard for my YouTube videos. I really agonize over all of the little details of it, and it's just how I like to be, And so
Yeah.
I tend to only put up videos if I think they're completely awesome. And so I'm thrilled about it. Who knew that was going to be so popular too? We sold 12,000 of those pictures. It took over our lives completely. For 3 weeks, we were doing a little more than signing photos.
Wow. How many did you guys sign every day?
I think my biggest day I've signed more than 2,000.
Wow.
And like a mellow sitting would be 500. I'd say
wow.
like there were a number of days where I averaged 1,000 per day.
I couldn't ever be famous like that because I'd be way too scared to mess up somebody's print and have to like redo it and everything.
I tore up quite a few.
Oh.
If it wasn't if any of them weren't satisfactory for my standard, then I would tear them up.
Yeah.
This dick isn't good enough.
That's right. That's right. That dickograph needs to look good.
But so I've heard a lot about a Jackass 4. I've heard some people say it's gonna happen, some people say it's not. So is Jackass 4 gonna happen?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it, like, you know, I can't guarantee that it'll come out, because who knows if something really bad happens like while filming it. But the wheels are certainly in motion.
I mean, that's like, we don't want to like have too much told or like too little, but like, yeah, we watched them over the summer, so you know.
Cool. Yeah, it's exciting and scary.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Are you guys still filming through the coronavirus, or?
We stopped. We stopped in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a music-based podcast. So what have you been listening to recently, or like over the pandemic in general?
Music-wise, I really just tend to put my entire iTunes library on shuffle. That's and it's not what I want to do. I have like a goal which I failed to really follow through with. But my ideal scenario is to routinely pick one album, just listen to it over and over and over and over, and nothing but that one album over and over and over for like until I just can't stand it anymore, and then keep listening to it over and over and over and over, because that way, for the rest of my entire life, if I ever hear any of that album, then it will take me back to that period where I was listening to it over and over and over. I feel like by doing that, I actually it's like a recording my life experience with all of the emotions, all of the feelings, all of the, you know, the memories, and just binding those feelings to the music to have it be recurring for the, you know, and I've done that a number of times, and so like I've done it quite a lot, and so it's rewarding when I listen to my whole iTunes library on shuffle, because as various tunes come up, it's like time travel, bouncing me all over throughout my life, and I really enjoy that. But it's a little bit disappointing for me that I'm not proactively engaging with new music, because time slips through my fingers as I'm just sort of living in the past on shuffle. Where really I aspire to be creating these new experiences, and right now would be a beautiful time for me to do that. The last album I did that with was the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, and I got a little bit burned out on it, like fairly quickly, but maybe I'll fire it back up. Well, what's I like to get recommendations from people too. That's been a real help. Like you know, if you want to recommend an album, it's just like that's what I asked for. Undeniably awesome from start to finish, every track.
Okay, it just came out, and like you may have already listened to it. Like it was like in headlines, you know, like a lot of people were talking about it. But Machine Gun Kelly's new album, Tickets to My Downfall.
Okay.
I highly recommend. Yeah.
I do know that album is his, I think, top selling as well as most critically acclaimed.
Yeah, because it was like, I guess people, it was like mixed opinions. It was like, oh, well, like rappers shouldn't do pop punk, or it's like, I'm glad he's doing multiple genres, you know? And I was kind of on that side of things because it's like, I think as long as they're happy with what they're putting out, that's what matters, you know? Like, nobody said everybody's going to like every genre.
Right. I did notice that it seems like the music Machine Gun Kelly is putting out most recently is a departure from the rap that we know him for. You know, I think that his name, Machine Gun Kelly, was it's his whole name is a reference to how he spits words like, you know, like a machine gun. He's just rapping so fast with so much clarity and you know, but yeah, I feel like he became buddies with Travis Barker, and I don't know if that's it, but definitely his music seems to have been changing. But hey, if it's people love it and he's even more successful, then power to it. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I will. I'll get tickets to my downfall.
I mean, yeah, totally. I feel like I personally, like, as a fan, I like both. Like, I think he does both very well. But yeah, once he released the single with Travis Barker and Youngblood, it was called "I Think I'm Okay." That was like almost like the transitional song. Like it was like in the middle of Hotel Diablo and Tickets to My Downfall. So just kind of,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Okay, cool.
For me, if we're talking about like rap and hip hop, I would say Josh Martinez, Buck Up Princess. It was I'm pretty sure his first album. Which it's just like the lyrics in it are just amazing. Yeah.
Okay,
And
cool.
I'll throw in the Gorilla Biscuits. Start today.
How about that? The Gorilla Biscuits, great. You said Descendants, Gorilla Biscuits. It's it's all pretty awesome stuff, man. The Gorilla Biscuits have been touring again too.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I'm disappointed I didn't get to see them before. Like
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them in 1989.
Yeah,
I think, unless it was 1990. Yeah.
my parents saw the Gorilla Biscuits a lot.
Cool. Yeah, that's epic.
Yeah, my dad was a really big New York hardcore fan. So
Cool.
got like like Cro-Mags, Gorilla Biscuits, and like Gnostic Front. Yeah.
Nice. Madball, you ever hear them?
Yeah.
Yeah, Madball's cool.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna like throw in, because we've mentioned this like a lot of like our like musicians, you know, on the podcast. How would you feel, like, I don't know if you've seen, people are trying like drive-in shows, like how would you feel like attending one?
I went to one.
Okay.
And it was a really cool show. I was interested in the whole model and how it works, and I wanted to check it out. So I went to see it. The man, and I can't ever pronounce the guy's name right. Mark Ribuye. I think that's a Ribuye. It's pronounced Ribolet. I don't know. In any case, it's really like this guy Mark Ribuye. And he does this just improvised comedy music where he's on like a synthesizer thing, like a keyboard, and he'll like do something, but then like magically that's on a loop. So then he'll pick something else and he'll be like, and so he'll like in real time put together like a song that's just playing, and then he'll grab a microphone and he'll be singing, like vocalizing, and then that'll be on a loop, and he'll be changing everything up, and like he does it all in real time, and he does it like he even from the audience gets suggestions. He's like, oh, what do you got? Oh, you want a song about that? Okay, he makes a song about that. And he had 800 cars there with like groups in every car. So it was some like 3,000 people in attendance at this drive-in show. And I was with my dog and my girl, just sitting in lawn chairs on the actual stage, which was huge. And I really enjoyed it. But with that said, I was on the stage. I was on the stage to the side. If I were somebody who was in a car towards the back of, then I would be thinking like, all right, come on, like,
Yeah.
I would struggle to believe that that it would be really a great experience to be way at the back listening to it through the radio.
Yeah.
But then again, I didn't have that experience, so who am I to knock it?
And I feel like it's different with like genre, like if you're going to like a jazz show, you can sit like 6 feet apart from somebody, but if you're going to like a hardcore punk show, it's just not going to work the same way.
I don't know about music at a drive-in situation. I would think more like, I mean, and of course that was music, but it was also like more of a comedy show, I'd almost say, than music. Yeah, God, that guy's impressive too, man. He's just so talented. I wish I could Rabuye. I don't know. But
How would you feel about doing one, like a
drive-in show?
Yeah.
I've had offers from my agent to do drive-in shows, and one thing that hangs me up about it is that like my current tour is a multimedia comedy show. So I perform stand-up comedy, but I perform stand-up comedy based on telling stories about like these crazy stunts that I've been working on and executing. And after each bit in the show, I screen the footage so I tell the story, and then you see the footage, that the story was about,
Yeah.
And it just kind of, I can't wrap my head around doing it at a drive-in where anybody can just film from, there'd be no way to stop people.
Yeah, like you can't enforce that.
I was thinking about like a projector situation, but like I didn't even think about that because like you can't see somebody 30 feet away from you in a car.
In a theater or a comedy club, it's pretty evident if somebody's doing that, and you can, you can enforce that. But with the drive-in, man, I just hate the idea of people stealing my material and putting it out there.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah, like somebody's just like Facebook Live in the
entire thing.
Yeah.
It's maybe I'm just too protective of it. I should just relax and do it.
I mean, yeah, but I understand why you would be. Like that's your material. I feel like anybody.
I worked really hard on that show.
Exactly. Like it's not like you put it together in a couple days, and it's an experience you want to have where you can see the audience. So.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. I mean, damn, that one, the drive-in I went to was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
For me,
It's definitely innovative, and I feel like it's a hit or miss. Like we've talked about, if you're like somebody who's relatively famous, it would probably be a good opportunity because people are going to show up. But like if you're starting your music career now, like it's not necessarily guaranteed that that's going to work well.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Were there like screens up, or was it like if you were the car?
There were.
Okay.
There were screens up, but even still, I mean.
Yeah.
It's like when you're sitting and you're like completely like side to the stage at a concert, so you're like turning your neck the whole time. Like that's probably the same experience.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering if like the car in the back, the person on stage was like that big.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Plus, the screen didn't always show the guy performing on the stage.
Oh.
So there was that. There was having to deal with you can't see.
Yeah, I feel like at times, even just like a regular show, sometimes you lose like those intricate details. And that's like really what it's about. Like that's when you go home and tell everybody and you tell your friends the next day.
Right. The other thing too is that when I do a show, like for every show that I've done over the last 10 years, before I got off stage at the end, I said, when I get off stage, I will not go anywhere or do anything until I take a photo with every single one of you guys that wants one. And then I do a meet and greet with the entire audience, no matter how big the audience is. And that's another thing that I have trouble wrapping my head around is doing shows where I can't do a meet and greet.
Yeah, I mean, like, I totally understand that because it's like, like without being able to see your fans and like meet them, like it kind of like loses that, like when you're in like a performing career, when you don't get to see and like hear that support, it can be hard.
Right. I think that's why I was able to make the transition from doing Jackass stuff to performing stand-up comedy because after every single show, I've got like, a good percentage of the audience posting pictures with me. And, and that gives them an opportunity to say, hey man, this show was great. So I'm really doing that. It seems like, oh, he's so good to his fans, but really it's a very self-serving exercise for me in grassroots promotion, which has afforded me the ability to really establish myself as a touring comedian.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. Yeah. Meet and greets like after like drive-in
after
shows.
Every show.
Yeah,
meet and greet after a drive-in. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not
like
sure what that looks
meet and greet after. Zoom code's on the screen.
Yeah, I don't think that works too good. Are you done? Are you done in here? Are you trying to get out of here? All right, cool. All right.
So you of course have a podcast of your own called Steve-O's Wild Ride. So what prompted you to start your podcast?
I tried not to start a podcast for the longest time because I always felt like that trying to ask people to be on it would be annoying to them, and I didn't want to do that. So ultimately, though, I gave into it because I just felt that it was an important aspect of what I do. Like I think that a lot of comedians who tour with a live show like I do have been like extra. It's benefited their touring career to engage their audience with podcasting. That it lets people get to know you and feel more connected to you, and then they want to go see your show more. So I felt that like, and it would just kind of benefit all of the other areas of the work that I do. And
I mean, totally. I feel like podcasting is like a really networking thing because you have like those personal experiences with people. It's not just like the, hey, how are you doing type thing. Like you talk for a while. So it really does, like you said, encourage people because then they're like, oh, well, this was a really great experience. Why don't I go do it again? Like where we can talk again. And like we really, like we felt annoying at times, I know, like reaching out to people, especially like people like you because we know like you're busy. But we just think like it's a cool experience. Like we have fun doing it. So,
Sure. Right. I think the more great guests you get, the more great guests you can get. That's what. Like when for my podcast, when we reach out to people asking them to come on, it's really helpful to list some of the really big names of people that we've already had on. But yeah, overall, it's very anxiety inducing. It's very stressful. Like, oh, I gotta find guests. I gotta find guests. And all the rejection from people. Because trust me, I ask people, and like your Less Than Jake guy, like all kinds. At least he was nice enough to tell you, "Nah, I'm too busy for you." Because a lot of people they just don't even respond at all.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
And silence is the deadliest weapon.
Oh yeah, the most annoying part is I think people feel bad just saying like a straight up no. Because we mentioned
because we always start our emails off with like, oh, we're 13. So I think people are just like, I also think people are like, they're not 13, like this is a scam or something.
Sure, I think there's a way to do it. I see a lot of people that say, oh, we're not really, so and so isn't doing interviews right now, and that's probably bullshit, because if it was Joe Rogan,
exactly, like if they're just like I feel like the best thing you could say if you really didn't want to do something is just no. Like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, okay, that's a lot better. Or there's some people that are like, they'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And they'll be like, great, what time? And they'll be like, nothing. They just don't say anything. That's the worst.
Or we like reached out to this one dude, set everything up for the Zoom. It's like, talk to you then, and then just never showed up. He's like, sorry, I missed this. Can we reschedule? Oh, for sure. And then just never showed up again.
Oh man, that's happened to me with a couple people. I won't name names.
Yeah,
but actually, no, that's it wasn't quite that. They like we're all set up, and then at the time, and then they say, "Oh, dude, I got to reschedule." It's like, I know. One guy waited until he was already 10 minutes late, and then we reached out to him. Said, "Yo, man, you ready?" He's like, "Oh, I got to reschedule."
It's just frustrating, because it's like I feel like sometimes people think like people that run podcasts, like that's all they do, and it's like, no, I have other things going on too. Like I schedule this so that it works with me too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you're of course known for your stunts, like obviously. So what have been like some of your favorites or some of the scariest?
I don't know. Like it's just been there's been such a variety of things that
there's like a little bit of everything. I know that's been kind of a hard question to answer.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough one. Yeah, I mean the scariest. I get scared pretty easily. Oh yeah, I definitely get scared. Yesterday we were talking to Travis Pastrana, and he's a guy who had a show on MTV called Nitro Circus, and Nitro Circus is like a big motorsports thing. It's like an extravaganza of all these like motorcycles and everything flying everywhere, and these guys fly like the whole length of an arena like it's no big deal. And when they were doing the MTV show, Nitro Circus, I was a guest on it. And just yesterday, I asked Travis Pastrana, out of anybody who was a guest on Nitro Circus, was anybody a bigger pussy than I was? Because they had this ramp that was like, it was like 2 feet tall. It wasn't even waist tall. And I was on like a dirt bike, like one of these little dirt bikes, and they wanted me to go off this ramp and like do like a good jump, and I just could not bring myself to go off this. And then when I finally did, it was so pathetic. Like, so yeah, I would say that like booking it towards a ramp to get like real air is something that's just I can't bring myself to do it. I have a real tough time with that.
I get freaked out over like the weirdest things. So my aunt has like this koi pond at her house, and I dropped like a ring or like something stupid in it, and like my mom was like, "Oh, just go in and get it," and I couldn't bring myself to do it. Like I was scared of fish that didn't even have teeth. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just
I had similar problems with getting bitten by a snake on purpose, and I'm saying like a snake that didn't even have poisonous venom.
that's still scary. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, dudes. So, like, how long do your podcasts normally go?
This was like perfect. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I mean,
Oh,
thank
dude,
you.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you, and good luck getting all kinds of big, huge celebrities to join your show. And no matter what, just stick with it and keep doing it, and your audience will grow.
Well, thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, take care.